What's up, MetaNerdz? Today we're going to talk about the Munificent-class star frigate. It was manufactured by Horish Kessel Drive, the same people that made the droid control ship. We don't have an official price, but most estimates put it around 57 million credits. To put that in perspective, a C-9979 landing craft costs 200,000 credits, and a Vulture droid costs 20,000 credits. It was 825 meters or 2,706 feet long, 426 meters or 1,397 feet across, and 243 meters or 797 feet tall, making it just shorter than the Statue of Liberty, longer than 20 Juggernaut clone turbo tanks, and wider than 40 armored assault tanks. It had a hyperdrive, and it had 2 power plants on board, both of which were hypermatter annihilation reactors. And it's said that these reactors together would go through 2,300 tons of fuel per second. Energy generated in these reactors ran across this ship in power lines, where they would then charge up power cells located across the frigate. To help keep this large ship intact, the Munificent had a series of tensor fields. These are kind of like the opposite of repulsor lifts, as tensor fields actually want to pull matter together. This part in the middle was full of sensors and communication arrays, and below those were several docking rings. And this part here was the tanks which contained all of that super dense fuel needed for those 2 reactors. In the back, we see the hyperdrive units are stored right above the 3 large ion thrusters. To protect the entire ship, it had an enormous ray shield generator, but it also had a ton of offensive capabilities. Starting with the smallest and working our way up, it had 20 light turbo laser turrets, 26 twin turbo laser cannons, 38 point defense laser cannons, and the large guns, the 2 long-range ion cannons, and an enormous twin turbo laser cannon. This cannon was so strong that the CIS bragged that it could actually melt an ice moon that was 1,000 kilometers in diameter. And this whole thing was controlled via the bridge tower, where the ship's bridge commander and a pair of operators would help him run the ship. Though it should be pointed out that when not in battle, most of the ship's functions are done automatically via a droid mind. But on the opposite side of that, when the Munificent is in the middle of a battle, you may see a larger crew in the bridge tower. But now that we know all about the ship itself, let's talk about its history. They were originally made for the intergalactic banking clan. These ships would go across the galaxy, defending their private secure communications network, which basically was their censored version of the HoloNet. They would also use this to try and collect debts, but also to transport goods to different business partners. Other times it would just be filled with a whole bunch of treasure. When the Confederacy of Independent Systems was formed, they needed a system of hyperwave transceivers to be able to communicate across the vastness of the galaxy. To secure this goal, Chairman San Hill donated a whole bunch of Munificent-class star frigates. They would later build tens of thousands of this ship, and these were all painted with the blue and white Confederate emblem, though you can still see some with the green stripes of the banking clan. And these ships would go on to be used throughout the Clone Wars, with one of their most notable appearances being during the Battle of Coruscant. Here it said that thousands of Munificent-class star frigates were used to try and take the capital of the Republic. After the Clone Wars ended, many of the Munificent's crews simply kept the ships for themselves and headed out past the reaches of the Galactic Empire. Most of them spent their lives as pirates and mercenaries in the Outer Rim, but interestingly, some of these vessels were captured by the Rebel Alliance, and it's said that the Rebels made so many modifications to the Munificent that they no longer even look like the ones used during the Clone Wars. And that's where its history ends, but you definitely want to hear these cool facts and some behind-the-scenes stuff. Even though it had a really sparse crew, and wasn't exactly designed for transporting vehicles, it could handle up to 150,000 battle droids. Additionally, if needed, its voluminous interior could act as a temporary shelter for starfighters who were damaged and seeking repairs in the middle of battle. Its cargo capacity is at 40,000 tons, which included tons of power cells and gas cartridges to help supply the front lines. And I think it's pretty ironic that the CIS used the Munificent-class frigates during one attack to try and take out the HoloNet. Remember that these ships basically acted as radio towers across the galaxy to spread the banking clan's propaganda, but they are now used to spread anti-Republic propaganda. Well, that's it for the Munificent-class star frigate. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that like button, and be sure to leave a comment down below if I missed any cool facts, or if you have a suggestion for future videos. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at MetaNerdz so you can see us build Star Wars props and cosplays, along with some other cool Star Wars stuff. If you want to help support this channel, check out the description below for our Amazon store and our Patreon. And be sure to subscribe, because we're making videos like this every single day. But more important than all that, remember, never trust what you read on the HoloNet, and the Force will be with you, always.